Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Hi there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. And it is Oscars week, and I am going to do my first half of my final Oscars winners predictions. This video will be focusing on the above the line categories, which are picture, director, the 4 acting categories, and the 2 screenplay categories. And then I will do a separate video with all the rest of the craft categories on there and international features, so on and so forth. I'll probably talk about the shorts, but having not seen any of them, I'll basically just be saying what I think other people are voting for, because I have no idea. Let's start with adapted screenplay. It is a very open and shut case of what's going to win here. The nominees are Conclave, Nickel Boys, A Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, and Sing Sing. Conclave has been winning and will keep winning everything it possibly can in this category. Yeah, this is Conclave's to lose. I have Nickel Boys in second, based solely on the fact that it managed to win the WGA award, which Conclave was not eligible for. Had it been, Conclave would have won probably. So I'll give props to Nickel Boys for that. I don't think anything else here has a chance in hell of winning. This is Conclave's to lose. It's first step on a path to a potential Best Picture win, especially after having won, semi surprisingly, I would say, the Screen Actors Guild Ensemble Award. I didn't predict it. I predicted Wicked. A lot of people were going for Anora. Had Anora won, it'd have been, no competition for Best Picture if Anora would have won SAG Ensemble. So I'm kind of glad it lost just because I like it to be more exciting. I thought Wicked was going to win just based on the fact that SAGs freaking loved Wicked. They tied it for the record of 5 nominations, which is the most any movie has ever gotten. I think Banshees of Inisherin also got 5 just a couple years back. So, and I'm sure there's been others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but that's the most recent one, I think. I thought Wicked would win. I thought it'd be kind of like a Black Panther ensemble win where it was no way in hell it was going to win Best Picture at the Oscars, but it'd be a very cool ensemble win, be very inclusive with the cast and all that jazz. It would have been a fun win, but it wouldn't have affected the Best Picture race. Conclave winning and then winning Best Film at BAFTA does affect the Best Picture race, so it's much more exciting now, especially given its guaranteed Best Adapted Screenplay win. And if it manages to win editing over Anora or anything else for that matter, editing, screenplay, and Best Picture are a very common win package. Let's just put it that way. That's what Argo got, that's what Crash got, and there's been many others since then. But it could even pull a spotlight, for all we know, and win only screenplay and picture. So it's fun. It's a fun, exciting race. Not in a handful of categories, too. A lot of above the line categories as well. So fun race. This one's not so fun, but I'm happy Conclave is winning it. Original screenplay. Here we go. The nominees are Anora, A Real Pain, The Substance, The Brutalist, and September 5. That is the order I have them in likelihood of winning, I believe. I'm basically predicting Anora solely based, not solely based because there's more than one reason, but based on the fact that it won WGA over A Real Pain, where The Substance was not eligible, and it's probably going to win Best Picture. So, Best Picture usually wins screenplay, especially since the expanded era of 2009 and onward. It is very, very rare. It has not happened since 2004 with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which in a year of 10 definitely would have got in for Best Picture, let's just say that a movie that hasn't been nominated for Best Picture has won original screenplay. And A Real Pain would be that movie. It won at BAFTA, which was awesome, I think, honestly. It's an amazing screenplay. I like it probably a little more than Anora, personally. I love The Substance, but you could argue the screenplay isn't super strong just based on the fact that there's not a ton of dialogue. It's not a very righty movie like Anora and A Real Pain are, but it is the most original screenplay, which never hurts. And I personally am rooting for it just because I want Corley Farja to win something. So I would like The Substance to win. I would honestly prefer that or A Real Pain to win over Anora, not just because I prefer the films, but I just like to see other people winning. I just did a video about Sean Baker potentially winning 4 Oscars in the same evening for the same film. Oddly enough, this is one of the two I think he's least likely to win, even though original screenplay was originally the thing that everyone assumed he'd win no matter what, and now it's become the most confusing. Kind of interesting. It's see, there's another fun race. It's at least a two-horse race if you want to consider just guild wins between Real Pain and Honora. Yeah, I'm going with Honora, but I would really rather have the substance or even a Real Pain win personally. But if Honora's going to win Best Picture, it'll probably need to win Screenplay. So if that loses early in the night, holy buckets, are we in for some stuff? That's all I'm going to say. It would need to win Director to keep winning Best Picture, but it could be a fucked up weird year because it already has been a fucked up weird year so far. The next two categories are going to be really easy. Best Supporting Actor is going to Kieran Culkin. He has swept the whole season. This will also be a first in a while since 2011, where Best Supporting Actor win did not go to a Best Picture nominated film. It's blatantly obvious now with how well this film has been doing that it was the clear number 11 in the Best Picture choice. The I'm Still Here surprise probably just eked it out barely. Then we have Edward Norton, Yuri Borisov, Guy Pearce, and Jeremy Strong nominated. I'd say the second most likely would I guess be Edward Norton based on the fact that he's very overdue and it's his fourth nomination and they liked the movie clearly. It got 8 nominations, but I have a feeling it's going to go home empty-handed just like Elvis did. Not that anything beyond it being a biopic about a musician has anything to do with the other one, but it's just kind of a funny coincidence. Guy Pearce I thought was great in The Brutalist. If he won, I wouldn't be mad just because I love Guy Pearce and I always have. Jeremy Strong, I haven't seen The Apprentice, but he's a solid actor and he looks very good in the film. And Yuri Borisov is sort of the heart of Honora, as people always kind of say. And he is also very good. He's probably the least entertaining actor in the film, but he's the one with the most, like, you could connect with the most. So it's kind of a funny scenario there. But good for him for getting in here for being a essentially unknown, at least in this country. But yeah, Kieran Culkin's winning. That's it. I love Kieran Culkin, so I'm not mad. And the fact that everyone's watching that film for him, among any other reason, is another good reason why it could easily win screenplay because everybody's watching it. It's not some weird lone unknown actor for a movie that also happened to get in for screenplay. It's a movie literally everyone will have seen, and that gives it a very good shot to also win screenplay. So Kieran Culkin all the way. Supporting actress is another one that is sewn up. Sorry, you people who like Wicked. I like Wicked, but I mean the people who love Wicked. Yeah, Ariana Grande is not going to happen. Zoe Saldana has officially swept so far, and she will keep doing so at the Oscars. I love Zoe. She's the best thing about Emilia Perez by far. I was going to say she's the only good thing, but there's a couple okay things in the movie. The movie overall is just bad. But there's some crafty elements of it that aren't too bad. But Zoe Saldana is far and away the best thing about the film. She should be in lead because she is, but so should Ariana Grande and Kieran Culkin and half the other actors in these categories because category fraud. At this point, we just stopped caring. Isabella Rossellini is awesome in Conclave, given her short amount of time. I love that she got nominated. It's nice to see an actual supporting performance nominated in the supporting categories. I jokingly refer to the winners of Best Supporting Actor and Actress most of the time in years past to Best Lead Performance in a Supporting Category, and that's what both of them are going to be this year. And then we have Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, who is outstanding in that movie. She's only in the second half of the film, and Monica Barbaro, the quasi-surprise nominee, had SAG not happened, for A Complete Unknown, showing the film is very, very liked, but we'll see if it's loved as much as some people seem to think it is. But yeah, Zoe Saldana. Best lead actor, it's at least exciting. The lead categories. There is some suspense, which is nice. It's not super obvious like last year and a lot of years recently. Both lead actors, director, and best picture and original screenplay all have suspense of what's going to win, which is great. But Adrian Brody, Timothée Chalamet, Ray Fiennes, Coleman Domingo, and Sebastian Stan are the nominees. Timothée Chalamet won at SAG, but it is very uncommon for someone who wins only the SAG award to win the Oscar. I'm still going with Adrian Brody. The film is stronger. I haven't seen Complete Unknown, so I can't say it's a better performance, but the film rides solely for 3.5 hours on his shoulders for the most part. There's very few scenes where he is not in the film. like literally a couple. There's like one scene with Guy Pearce and Felicity Jones that he's not in with them that I can think of off the top of my head, which is a great Oscar clip scene for Felicity Jones. But other than that, it's Adrian Brody's show, and he's amazing in the film. Him already having an Oscar sort of gives a little pause to him winning another, but for how strong the film is, I don't think there's a chance that he's going to lose. And if it's going to come out of nowhere and win Best Picture, I'd say it is in third place, but a very distant third at this point. It needs to win actor and director to do that. But I think, worst case scenario, The Brutalist is at least going to win Best Actor for Adrian Brody. And if Timothy wins, cool, good for him. I haven't seen the movie to be super excited about it. I liked him, but like a lot of young chaps, he can wait. He'll have another chance to do it. I would like him to win for a more interesting film than just being in a musical biopic, because those wins are often just kind of lazy. So I'm kind of sick of it, to be honest. I'm sure he's infinitely better than Rami Malek and Bohemian Rhapsody, but that's a low bar to hit. So we'll just go on from there. Actress, lead actress. I want Demi Moore to win so badly. So that's why I'm predicting Mikey Madison. Like I said with Timothy, a SAG only win rarely translates to an Oscar. The same goes for BAFTA, but BAFTA is more common. And if Honora is going to win Best Picture and Director and maybe Screenplay and Editing, Mikey probably will go along with it, or she'll just be like Michael Keaton and everything else about the movie will win, and for some reason she will not. Demi Moore has won everything else but the BAFTA, including the SAG. Had she lost SAG to honestly anybody, especially Mikey Madison, I say this would be Madison's for sure. But I'm doing my patented I'd rather be wrong and happy than right and disappointed thing I do every year, where I'm predicting the one I don't want to win personally, who has a good chance. That way, if I'm wrong and Demi Moore does win, I'll be even happier. I did the same thing with Brendan Fraser when he won over Austin Butler and Michelle Yeoh that year. I got them both wrong in my predictions, but I was so happy they both won. So I'd rather be happy than right. In third place, I have Fernanda Torres, who, because she hasn't been anywhere lately since the Globes, which she won, we don't know where she fits into this category exactly. But I think she's an easy third place just based solely on the fact that she got the surprise Best Picture nomination and she has the Globe Drama win. And that's a good stat to have. Cynthia Erivo, I don't think is going to win for Wicked, although she is great. And Carla Sofia Gascon, I mean, who are we kidding? She's not. If Amelia Perez is going to go 12 for 13, she's going to be the one thing that loses. Let's put it that way. But for my sanity, I'm going with Mikey Madison, and I'll be so happy if Demi wins, and I'll be a little upset that I didn't predict her, but BAFTA can be stronger than you think sometimes. Just look at Anthony Hopkins and Olivia Colman in those years, and being in a Best Picture nominee helps, especially if you're the front runner. Luckily, The Substance and I'm Still Here, actually all five of these films are Best Picture nominees, which doesn't happen very often for actress categories. I think even supporting actress is the same way, which is cool. I'll go Mikey Madison. I'll be happy if she wins because she's great in the film. It's not my favorite, like I said, but she's fantastic in it, and they can't take that away from her. But she, like Timothy, is a even younger up and coming actress who hopefully will have many a chance to get on that stage again. Demi Moore, this might be her only shot, and she's got the narrative of all narratives, even greater, I'd say, than Brendan Fraser's narrative that year, where the film is essentially about her in a indirect way and her career and so on and so forth. On to Best Director. Best Director, I'm going to go with, well, first, here are the nominees. Sean Baker for Honora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, Corley Farja for The Substance, Jacques Audiard for Amelia Perez, and James Mangold for A Complete Unknown. Once again, poor Edward Berger for Conclave getting snubbed, very undeservedly so. He should be here over Jacques Audiard, and potentially James Mangold. Having not seen the film, I will not say that. But after DGA, DGA is the strongest stat you can have for Best Director. It rarely does not translate to the Oscars. I think like 9 out of the last 10 years has translated. The only one that didn't was Sam Mendes for 1917, which I personally would have chosen for Best Director, as much as I love Parasite. But then Brady Corbet is obviously in second place for The Brutalist, having won the Globe and BAFTA. He's not out of the race yet. It is a very Best Director style winning movie. Had he been a bigger name and been even slightly overdue at this point, I think he'd be winning. But Sean Baker is the more seasoned overdue filmmaker at this point, and the DGA win just makes it almost impossible to bet against. I will prefer if Brady Corbet wins over him, but I'm not going to bet on it happening. I'd be the happiest, as always, I say, if Corley Farja were to win Best Director for The Substance. But once again, I ain't going to bet on that. The other two I don't think have a chance in hell. Corley Farja, her best chance is in screenplay. That's why I'm rooting for that. Here, I'm rooting for Brady Corbet, but I am predicting Sean Baker for Honora. On to the big one. Best Picture. The 10 nominees are Honora, Conclave, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Wicked, The Substance, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Dune Part 2, and Nickel Boys. The top three are definitely the top three that I have here. The other ones are sort of in as best of an order as I can put, like in likelihood of winning. But I really don't think there is a chance for anything outside these top three to win Best Picture, unless people just really fucking love Wicked for some reason and it wins Best Picture and then like only costumes and production design or something, which would be the weirdest thing ever. But Honora is what I'm predicting. It won PGA on the preferential ballot. It won Critics' Choice, which doesn't really mean much, but if it can only win Best Picture or Critics' Choice, it means a lot of people love that movie. It won at Independent Spirit Awards, which once again doesn't have crossover. It lost at BAFTA, but that was very predictable. I would have assumed Brutalist or Conclave, which did win, were going to win above Honora. I kind of have these ranked opposite for BAFTA. On a preferential ballot, Honora and Conclave are stronger than The Brutalist. On a pure plurality, if that's the word, vote, where most votes wins, I could see Brutalist winning potentially in that way, kind of like The Revenant at BAFTA, but losing at the Oscars, stuff like that. Roma, for that matter. Luckily, this year, all three of these movies are good, so no matter what wins, I'll be pretty happy about it. But yeah, Honora winning PGA, such a strong stat yet again, especially if you also win DGA and WGA on top of it. The last movie to win DGA, WGA, and PGA and lose Best Picture at the Oscars was 20 years ago, Brokeback Mountain. And we all know what beat that. So I might do a video about movies that have won uh, PGA and DGA that lost Best Picture because there's only a few, and the few that there are very memorable Best Picture losses. Let's just put it that way. I don't think I've done that Oscarology video yet, so maybe I'll pump that one out this week because it'll be a quick one. Like I said, second place I have Conclave because it won SAG Ensemble and is going to win Screenplay, and it won Best Film at BAFTA, and it's likely to win Editing. The lack of Best Director nomination is the biggest hit it has, but it happens more lately than it used to. I think we've had a few Best Picture wins in the last since the expanded era that have no Best Director nomination but still manage to win Best Picture. Green Book, Argo, and I think there's another one that I'm just brain farting off the top of my head. Those might be the only two though, but there's been at least two, which is already more common than it used to be. So Conclave's in a second place. I don't know how close of a second place, but it's a definite second place. The Brutalist, just based on the strength of the film overall, is in third. It could still win director. It probably is going to be winning actor and a couple other tech categories. If it won director and picture, it has a solid win package of a good 5 awards, I'd say. So it wouldn't be surprising if it ended up winning Best Picture, but I'm not going to bet on it based on how divisive it is, or divisive. Which way? How do you actually say that word? Divisive sounds better to me, but I've heard people say divisive and it just sounds funny. So I'm going to say divisive because I prefer it that way. Complete Unknown, a lot of nominations. I honestly think it's going to go over 8 like Elvis, like I said. Wicked, I think it's a craft movie, and that's it. It's happy to be there. It's next year, maybe if it's just as good as this one and gets as well received, maybe it'll win more in a Return of the King style fashion for the whole story. Substance, as always, I would love if that won, but there's no way in hell a body horror movie is going to win Best Picture. It's a miracle it's even in here, so I'll take that as the win. The fact that it's going to win anything is a miracle, and the fact that it got nominated. Then we have Amelia Perez, which I honestly only have there because it has so many nominations. I'm Still Here, the little Best Picture winner that could. It's unlikely that'll win here, but if it wins international feature, watch out for Best Actress. I doubt it would win Best Picture, but if it wins international feature, which I'm hoping it does, it has a very good chance to win Best Actress. Then I have Dune Part 2, which has less nominations than the first part had wins, which is weird. It got Two Towered really hard, but at least it still made it into Best Picture. It'll probably win a couple tech categories, visual effects for sure, maybe sound. And then at the bottom, just happy to be here. I have Nickel Boys. It's screenplay and picture only nominees. They're not going to win Best Picture. You can win only screenplay and Best Picture, but you can't only be nominated for screenplay and Best Picture. So those are my above the line Oscar winner predictions. I'll do a second video of the below the line wins soon within this week, obviously, because the Oscars are on Sunday, March 2nd, on Hulu and ABC or whatever that one is. And then after that, I'll do a really mad, really happy, and very confused video of what wins, and then we'll be talking about that for a week or two after it happens. Then let's get started for next Oscar season. Yeah, that's all I got for this one. Once again, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Leave it in the comments. What do you think is going to win in the above the line categories? I'd like to know. I always respond to comments, so, keep them coming.
Talk, shop, pop, movies.